Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is a GW Tiger. It's the Tier 9 German SPG. This one's located on the south spawn of Overlord, and it's under the command of talon1958 of OLIMP, and it's his first submission for this week's competition for the best SPG replay between him and and Angelina. Game on! Well, he's got the big gun, the 21 centimeter. You can tell that there's no muzzle brake at the end of the gun. If he did have a muzzle brake, that would make it a 17 centimeter main gun. But this one's capable of 900 alpha, 53 millimeters of pen, 11.4 meters on burst radius, and between 12.5 and 31 seconds of stun. And it looks like he's headed towards the chine. Now, he might be going down to the beach. Some players like going down to the beach, and there are some advantages to going down there actually sometimes, because of course you can hammer the enemy tanks that are hugging the hill. But if you stay on the chine here, you can actually have the best of both worlds, because you might be able to hit the enemy tanks that are on the beach as well as the ones that are on the cliff top. Now, he's got the concentration skill running. You can see that straight off, and there was an enemy T-30 who looks like he went down to the edge of the cliff. There's a spot there, a little kind of indentation, and oh, there he is. He's actually popped up again, and he's right next door to one of the emplacements. I would say bunkers, but it's actually a gun emplacement. You can see the gun sticking out. Be quite fun actually if wargaming were to make it possible for those guns to fire. Oh my gum, look what happened there. Well, the kill didn't go to Talon, it actually went to a Gorilla 15, but that was pretty amazing. Talon managed to get around in as well. He got 386 hit points, and then he got 271 from the assist afterwards. Now, at the bottom of the chine, he's found a Malshan, and he's found another tank, I think it's an Object 259. No, it's a DZT 159. It's one of the new tanks they brought out for the holiday ops. So, this is where the armor-piercing rounds might be handy. The DZT is actually pushing the Malshan along. It was giving it an assist. Okay, the Malshan's gone. We have been spotted. He fires around in. Oh, we take a hit from the Minotauro for 466, which now means that Talon is down to just 34 hit points. I think he's going to have to get out of there as quickly as possible. Now, where did that round go? Well, it looks to me like it actually hit the gun shield. You can see it's a kind of purple mark around the matlet, around the gun shield. But yes, that looks where it actually penetrated. In fact, it could be the round actually impacted on the gun and then went into the gun shield, but it does count as a hit. But I think the Minotauro would be pretty disappointed that he didn't get a kill. I think he aimed at the wrong spot, actually. The shells are actually lined up along the side of the gun, so the side of the gun shield, that is. So if he'd aimed for the sides or the shields, he might have actually had an ammo rack, but he's mucked it up. Okay, Object 704. He stops for a moment and takes a hit for 255 splash. Now, the tanks that did attack have all been wiped out, so Talon doesn't have to move away from the chine, because all the enemy tanks on that on the beach, apart from a Gorilla 15 up the far end, and I think there might be somebody else up there, but they've all been wiped out, so that DZT and the Minotauro are gone. That was a bit snap on the Kunstpanzer. It looked like it didn't actually do any damage as such, but it might have. You can see that purple mark extends down the equilibrators, I think they're called equilibrators, the devices which actually allow the gun to recoil and then come back to its normal position. I think it might be equilibrators. Somebody will correct me on this, I'm sure. But it is, they are, normally most Artys will actually have two. One over and one underneath the gun. And it's basically just a giant spring with hydraulic fluid in it. Oh my gum, he's got a kill! He hit the Progetto with such force that he wiped the guy out completely, and it was a blind hit as such, because the tank disappeared and then he reappeared when he was a wreck. Wow, well, Talon's doing very, very nicely indeed. He's already got over 1,000 on both actual damage and assist. But now he's going to go after a Tortoise. And Tortoise, I'm afraid, do have a lot of armor, which is going to make it very difficult to defend this fight. But he does get a hit for 282. He's going down to the bottom of the giant again. I don't think he's going to find anyone, though. But he might be able to get shots on that Sharp U-24 and also the Object 704 up the other end of the map. And that might be a nice surprise for them when suddenly shells start raining down on top of them. Now, Talon has actually fired from this position before, right in the corner of the map. It does make you vulnerable to anyone on the cliff top, but on the other side of the coin, it does enable you to shoot at anyone on the beach, as well as anybody inland. And in fact, there is another enemy tank. In fact, it's an Arty. He's just spotted it. Tier 10 game with Tier 9 tanks, and he's just spotted a Conqueror gun carriage right there at the back. He's suddenly coming back into the sight again. But he's also spotted this M53, M55. Well, the unfortunate thing is he's outside our maximum range, but we're just adjusting our position slightly. Rounds out. This looks like it might be a kill. Long range shot. Yes! He's got his second kill. It took a long while for the shell to get there. It was a hell of a long range shot. But yep, the shell landed right next door to the target and splashed him to death. There's only two enemies remaining, the Tortoise and an EBR-90. So it might be a good thing that he's actually down on the beach, because the EBR could actually get down to the south, and if he does, he might find our batch at 155-58 down there. But he might also find our mesh bomb. So Talon is going to go on the move. He's going to protect himself by relocating. One of the best things an Arty can do is learn to use his W key, so that whenever he's threatened, he can go somewhere else. And it sometimes works out very much in our favour, because there's been many occasions when Arty players have ended up at the other end of the map and the enemy's not there. They've left their cap alone, and at that point you start capping and the enemy suddenly realises they can't get back to their own cap in time. Now he's found the Tortoise, and I think that's going to be his target. He's marked it. He's lining it up for a shot. Rounds out. And he does get a critical hit, but nothing in damage. Now the enemy EBR has been wiped out, so it's just the Tortoise left. I'm not sure if we're going to get another chance, because I think that DCT-159, the new tank, is going to want to kill that guy. The Tortoise just managed to kill our STB-1, so he's not giving up, but he must realise it's impossible odds. Well, we're going to get another chance. Rounds out. Unfortunately, our shell arrives just a fraction of a second too late, and the game is over. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was a first-class tanker for talon1958 of OLIMP in the GW Tiger. He also managed to get a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 6. And his win rate from that game was 2,402, which is very good. Let's have a look at team score. Didn't get the highest damage in the game. That went to the Gorilla 15 on our team, who managed 5,660 hit points of damage. And that guy got the high caliber and a tank sniper in the game. Second highest damage turned out to be a DCT-159, one of the new tanks, and he got 3,330. And the third highest damage, well, that actually went to the STB-1 on the enemy team with 2,677. You can see that Talon picked up 2,084 hit points of damage, so he did very well. When it came to kills, we can see the top scorer was in fact the DCT-159 again, who managed to get 4 kills. 3 kills went to the Gorilla 15, and then 2 kills went to Talon, to the Tortoise, and the Object 704 on the enemy team. And when it came to base XP, he actually got the 3rd place. So 1,043 went to the DCT-159, 980 went to the Gorilla 15, 874 went to Talon. So he managed to get, let's have a look. I think he was beaten by 2 there. So was it, no, beaten by 3. Trying to look this up. Beaten by 4, beaten by 3. So he's 8th on damage when it comes to damage. He was joint 3rd when it came to kills. And if I bring that up, yes. And then when it came to base XP, he's 3rd on his own right on that one. So 2 thirds and an 8th. Let's have a look at detail. Well, he fired 11 rounds, which is about the basic amount you need to get a fairly good result. He got 3 direct hits on the enemy and 1 penetrating shot in that game. Now, I'd be surprised to find that he actually did get a penetrating shot, but apparently he did. Let's have a look and see which one it was. Was it the Progetto? Yes, it was. The blind shot. Well, technically a blind shot, but he fired it from one end of the battlefield all the way over to the other end. And yes, he hit the vehicle and it went straight through and picked up 667 hit points off the Progetto 65 and, of course, wiped him out. 7 splashes as well. 2,084 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. He did receive 1 hit from the Minotauro and it did penetrate, but it didn't kill him. 7 enemy vehicles were damaged, 2 were killed, and that's why he missed out on the Confederate, because of course he needed to hit 1 more vehicle to actually get that Confederate medal. So if he had actually hit the EBR, which I don't think he did in the entire battle, no he didn't. If he'd actually splashed the EBR, I think he would have got a Confederate medal. So there you go. Sometimes you just miss out by 1. 1,105 hit points of stun assist off 6 stuns. On a premium count, he actually made a profit of 53,721 credits. And he also took away 2,727 experience points. And of course, you can see that Holiday Ops is now well underway because he actually nearly got 53,000 credits alone from the Holiday Ops. So, in fact, actually, you can see there that Holiday Ops made up most of his profit. So, yes, it's a good time to be out playing, which means I should be out there playing as well so that I can participate. Hope you enjoyed that replay, because this means that Talon is in the lead, but Angelina's been known to get ace tankers just like that. So, he could be a losing player very shortly if Angelina is on her A game. So we'll have to wait and see, because the game's not over until, well, I'm not going to say the fat lady sings, but the game's not over until Sunday morning. That's when it's over, and it could be a very long week for Talon. Hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.